What is good, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Foxy. Welcome back to the Fox's Den. Getting into another reaction. I'm so excited for today because Vinland Saga Season 2 has officially started, and that's what we're getting into today, baby. We're getting into the first episode. I'm so excited for this. It's been so long since the first season aired. I don't know exactly when it aired because I was late to the show. Like, I was late as fuck to the show. I had heard about it for a good while, like probably a year or two after it came out, I feel like. I don't even know when the first season aired. I have no idea. But I know I heard about it for a good while before I actually picked it up and started watching it. And once I finally watched it, like, I binged it so quick. This show is really good. Like, just the sheer, like, I don't know, like the way they're able to display the emotion, like how the lives that they lived were actually like back then, like during this time period of like Vikings and whatnot. Like, it's just really cool to see, and it's honestly like really devastating as well. I mean, everything that Thorfinn has gone through so far, from what I remember in the the first season, he lost his father after going on this trip that he was really excited for, and like his father was like a renowned like hero or like true warrior to most people, like the Troll of Yom. And like this guy was a respectable, like just a through and through man, and a badass at that. And he lost his life out of respect for saving everyone else that he was with at the time, because it was like young men from his village, including Thorfinn and some other people that weren't really suited for combat. He was the only one that was, and they get attacked. And it was all set up by Thor's friend Floki, because he deserted the army, the Yom's Vikings army, like 15 years before that or something. But I think it was like more of a personal thing. Like, I don't think it was actually like because I think from what Floki said, it was like it was an execution order or something that was ordered on him, like as soon as he deserted the army or whatever. But I think he was just, I don't know, I think he had like some like personal shit going on. He's just like an asshole. I don't like Floki much, but that's just from what I remember. I could be wrong, because I know we saw Floki a couple more times in season 1. I just can't really remember. And that's basically where Thorfinn started his own journey, where he stayed with Ashland for a long time, basically grew up becoming a Viking, and just living life and death every day. And he had a pretty dark, he did not have a childhood. I mean, he might have had one before that, and was a nice happy-go-lucky kid, but then ever since he lost his father, like, it's just been day in and day out, like life and death, and extreme battle, and the chance to achieve something great on the battlefield, so he can use that to have a duel with Ashland and avenge his father, which is what he's pretty much been on his whole life ever since he passed away or was killed. And it all kind of amounted to nothing towards the end of the show. I mean, there's a lot of details that I'm missing, because there's so much other stuff that happened in the end of like season 1, or like the conclusion of that I'm like probably forgetting. But the biggest moment that I remember is just Ashland basically not dying to Thorfinn. I can't remember exactly how he died. I know he got cut down. Like, it was like during the talk with the king of the Danes, I think, King Svend or whatever, Canute's father, basically. I'm pretty sure that's how it all went down. And I think Ashland like had enough, and like his true background was revealed, maybe, if I remember correctly. I don't know. And then he cut his head off, and then after that, that's when everybody attacked him. And then after that, that's when Canute like really stepped up and got like order under control. And he's gonna, make do better about being the actual king now of like England or whatever. Like I said, I don't remember all the details, but I remember that kind of loosely. I'm sure my explanation is probably butchering what actually happened, but that's like what I remember just off the top of my head. And then so he obviously Thorfinn, he's just like distraught. Like, how the fuck, like, this is what I've been living for my whole life, basically. Like, he has been directing, like, he had nothing, ever since his father died, he had nothing directing himself besides anger and revenge, and all of that was directed towards Ashland, because he is the one that set the order to kill him, or had the duel with Thor's in the first place. And then also like they've battled alongside each other in like actual war, in battle, like for a long time. Like, they actually had a sort of cool relationship, Ashland at least trusted Thorfinn. Like, even though like he knows Thorfinn wanted to kill him this whole time, he at least trusts him like enough to be able to give him responsibilities and whatnot. Like, yo, go do this, Thorfinn, go do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? But since like Thorfinn had always seen Ashland succeed in battle and this and that, and like he was a strong warrior himself, he never thought like he would die just, you know, not by his hand, basically. So now that he's gone, he has no idea what to do with his anger, and like I feel like this is going to be a huge awakening for him, and we're going to see some crazy character development, because this whole time really is like, you know, what his father would want for him, you know, even because he's had dreams and this and that while he's been growing up and hasn't seen his mother or sister in forever, and you know, ever since he left that day when he was like 6 years old. So, you know, he's had no other like direction of like life besides that anger and that revenge. So maybe we'll see, that's what I'm assuming we'll see this season, is that he has to find some way to like get through all of this. Like, he's actually gonna have to confront his characteristics and his mental, like the you know, head on, because you know, this is, you have nowhere, like the person that you were trying to get your revenge on is already dead, or the person you were trying to kill to avenge your father, he's already dead. So like, what's the point of doing all this now? Like, you don't really need to, like his father said, you have no enemies. There is no enemy. Like, you know, I'm sure he's trying to get him back to a point in like, or would like to see him get to a point in life where he's happy and just can live, which is what they kind of had before, and that's why Thor's left his whole unit and like the army in the first place back when he was alive, and you know, considered like, you know, a true-blooded warrior. He was tired of fighting. So I'm sure that's what, you know, that's the whole reason why he did that, is because he wanted his kids to live a life free of war. And so happens that Thorfinn, you know, experienced all of the bad things and negatives of war and battle from a young age all the way up till now, and now he's gonna have to like figure out how to like conduct his life without that, basically. So I'm very excited to get into this. This show is so fucking good. The story is so good. I always hear nothing but good things about it too, because I don't read the manga, but a lot of manga readers are like, yo, this shit is gas, and I can see that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, this show is really good. And just the story and everything in general. So I'm very excited to get in this. If you guys enjoy it, please leave a like down below, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of the intro jam. It's Vinland Saga, baby. It's Vikings. It's blood. It's gods. It's fucking everything. I had to do something heavy, and I was looking at my 8-string, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pull that thing down today. I'm gonna pull the 8-string down, because that shit, yeah, that shit was definitely heavy. I got my blood pumping. I got some adrenaline going just from coming up with that little riff. I was like, oh, that sounds fucking nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fucked with this. So let me know what you guys think of the intro jam down below. What do you think of the 8-string? I don't know if you guys are used to fucking a sound like that, or that type of genre, or have even really heard of a 7-string or an 8-string guitar, but yeah, that shit's lit. And it definitely gets the heavy vibe across. So I'm very excited to get into this. Let's do it. I'm ready. The hell? Motorcycles and shit. What's going on here? Oh, it's an introduction for Mappa. Oh my god. Yeah, the Mappa's doing this show. Mappa's doing everything. No wonder they did that. They're like, yo, bro, we're in the studio all the fucking times anyway. We don't see our families. Might as well give us a badass fucking intro, because we're putting out all this work, bro. Like, oh my god. What a fire opening. That was really good. Are they actually speaking like a language other than Japanese? What is that? I don't know. Is that like Norse? Or dude, I don't know. I know it's not Japanese though. Bro, the art looks so good. Just got done killing a man and then went to go touch his baby. Like, bro, the culture of Vikings back in the day is just fucking different, bro. That shit is wild. Who's this? I figured as much. He's like... he like wants to go to like battle and like be a Viking, right? And like, you know, it's probably always heard of it growing up, but he's never actually experienced it. So he actually wants to go into it. No, you don't, bro. Nobody wants to go to battle. That shit is crazy. How much you want to bet we're getting this nice little chill moment? They look happy, you know, nothing disturbing them, and then they're gonna get pillaged or some shit. That is a good thing to train for, though, if you're not like actually wanting to go to battle and sacrifice yourself, but try and defend a place if it gets attacked, which I'm thinking might happen with this happy-go-lucky intro right now. Knows his way around a T. Who was his dad? You get a nice, simple life. You can enjoy peace. Respect that, man. It can be taken away from you in a matter of one night. Please don't do that. Bro, is this the same village? Oh my god. Yep, it is the same village. Come on, get out of the shock state. If you want to live, you gotta fucking get ready and run. She's about to get her head cut off like right through the bushes. Oh my god, imagine. Luna, would you be careful, please? You gotta relax. You've been playing with your ball too much. Oh, you're a good girl. A good girl. And there it goes. There goes the mom. Don't stop. Don't stop. It's too late. You better get the fuck out of there right now if you don't want to get fucking raped, bro. Oh my god. And then probably killed after that. Jesus. Come on. Come on, let's go. Kiss your sister and go. She put her last strength in that, be able to fucking tell you off and, like, live, bro. Come on, let's go. Please tell me you got some, like, hidden tap power and you're about to... Yeah, no, okay. Y'all are fucked. Uh-oh. Yeah, you're dead. Bro, you guys should have fucking listened to your mom and just dip. Beer money. That's all he is. Just lost his mom and sis. Just like that. Why are we here, though? I'm curious to see, like, why we're being introduced to this new character. How is he related to everything? Is he gonna meet Thorfinn at some point, or is like who is his father? They said his father died in battle. Who was his father? Because it might be somebody we already know. This is where the hatred and the rage begins, just like how Thorfinn's rage and hate began when his father died right in front of him, or was killed right in front of him. Why should he live a long life? Wow. Now we're on the sea. Just trying to travel across the sea was a huge journey. Like, you could be lucky to live across. Oh, that's him. That's Einar. Are they just gonna dump her? Yep. Wow. Oh, so they're all slaves. Not slaves yet, but they're going to be. They're getting them all fixed up and looking pretty to be able to sell them and shit. Oh my fucking god, bro. So fucked up. Was he about to just try and dip? Hey, smart move. Hopefully you actually get away, though. Lucky as shit. Be careful, though. Gets found out anyway. God damn it, bro. Beat his ass for it, too. Fucking ridiculous. Jesus. Jesus. Oh my god. This classic soundtrack? Nah, bro. Oh my god. Such a beautiful soundtrack, but it still gives the... Bro, nah, the conveying emotion of just like, I guess like hopelessness and despair. Bro, so good. Now he's starting to believe, like, this is his life now. Which is probably how it goes for most people that turn into slaves. They try their best to not give in, and then eventually they have no other choice. Oh, shit! Leaf? That's Leaf! Please don't tell me the episode's over yet. Oh, thank God, bro. That's Leaf, bro. He's looking for Thorfinn. Oh my God. He already saw him once. Bro, this is the luckiest person he could have asked for a master. This guy seems like he's actually chill, but is he lying? I don't know. It seems too good to be true. Bro, how much you want to bet on this fucking farm is the same place Thorfinn is? For some reason, I have a feeling that Einar is about to meet him on this farm. Like maybe this guy like saves slaves or something. It's like, hey, just come here and help me work my farm. Shit ton of wheat. Holy. Yeah, he's got a farm all right. That is amazing for the time period because it's all hand done. Like there's no machines. There's not much technology to help you do the work. Like it's all done by hand pretty much. So to see that much of farm area is truly amazing. So I'm assuming this guy is actually a pretty decent dude. He's like, yo, just come help me make this big ass farm and we'll all eat together and live good. Come on, please tell me Thorfinn is here. Please tell me Thorfinn is here, bro. Bro, nah, dude, come on. Insane. And Einar knew that. Einar just saw Leaf. So hopefully he remembers this. That guy said his name, Thorfinn. Hopefully he remembers. Come on, he gave you the characteristics of the person that he was looking for. Yep. Bro, looks completely different. Been through some shit, bro. God damn. Bro, he's just working on a farm now. That is insane. Where the fuck do we go from here, though, bro? Oh my god, now this is wild. Don't end. I know you're gonna end, but don't. Ah! God damn it, bro. This is so good. Alrighty, guys. What an absolute amazing reintroduction into Vinland Saga, man. First episode of the second season. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I've just missed the vibe of this show completely. And, you know, like just like how it started playing that, you know, very unique and special soundtrack that, in my opinion, is probably one of the most popular, just because the piano is so beautiful. The composition of it all is really, really stunningly beautiful, which is ironic in the case for this show, because most of the times that it's being played, it's being played over them showing very harsh living conditions or just the harsh reality of the time that they live in. That's why it's so ironic, is because it's such a beautiful piece of music, but because of what you're watching and you're listening to this music at the same time while watching what's being displayed on the screen, it's like they convey this feeling of like hopelessness and despair so well through the combination of those two, the what's being displayed on the screen and then the soundtrack. Like it's insane, because the soundtrack was being played over when Einar was starting to like kind of realize like, damn, this is like my life now. And, you know, he was just finally about to like give in to like, okay, yeah, believing what the slave traders were telling them, like, you are a slave now, just hope you get a good master, do good by them, eat well, and then you won't have to live a life as a beggar. So like, you know, he basically started believing that, okay, as long as I, you know, be a good, you know, slave, as long as I do this and as long as I do that, I can, you know, at least live. But that's the shittiest way to look at things. And so right when he was starting to like think like that, that's when he saw Leif. And that Leif, we know, is, you know, who was a part of the village with Thors and Thorfinn when Thorfinn was young. And Leif has been looking for Thorfinn this whole fucking time. And he actually saw him at one point towards the end of season 1, whenever they were at that one village where the whole thing with Ashlad and the king happened and whatnot. So it's really interesting to see how this new character, Einar, he's like going through a lot right now. Like, he lost his sister, he lost his mom, he's being thrown into the slave market, and all of a sudden he meets this person who we already know, and he's like still looking for Thorfinn. And now Einar, he knew the characteristics of Thorfinn from the Leaf talking to him. Like, he's small and he's blonde, his name's Thorfinn. And then the like slave trader's just like, I don't fucking know. But like, he overheard that conversation, so obviously he knew. And once he gets to this farm, he fucking sees him. And like the master that just bought, I don't think it's really a master. I think he's just doing his own good in the world by having a huge farm, buying slaves to sort of liberate them and at least have them come work for him, because they're kind of he's kind of saving them in a way from probably an even harsher lifestyle depending on who you're bought by. And he basically kind of liberates them, just like, yo, just come help me out on my farm and you're gonna be able to eat good, because this is a huge ass farm and I need help. I need as much help as I can get. So he saves up money by selling his crops, and then also some of it, I'm sure, is just to feed everybody, but some of it he sells, and like he earns enough money to go buy another slave. So he just keeps on getting, you know, and basically farmers to help him out with his farm, which is really cool. It's a really interesting way of helping out the world in his own way. That's like the way he looks at it, like, you know, one at a time I can save a person, one at a time, and just have him bring him to my farm and just help me build this huge farm and, you know, live a decent life. You know, and it's very lucky that Einar ended up in this situation. I mean, he lived on a farm. That's where he was at with his mother and his sister. And that's the whole life he knew before. It was all taken away from him. And lo and behold, he actually ends up in a similar situation, even after all that struggle through the slave market. He actually gets bought by some decent person who's like, oh, okay, you used to work on a farm? All right, well, how about you? What do you think about coming to work on my farm? Boom. Like, nothing like crazy. Like, you know, some people with slaves, like, they treat them like absolute dog shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, worse than an animal. Like, you're nothing. Like, beating all. I mean, you could see how the slave marketers, the slave traders were treating Aenar right after he tried to escape. They found him and then they fucking whipped him to like shit all night. Like, you know, it all depends on the person, and you know, he's really lucky to end up in this situation. And he just like looked back as soon as he saw that huge farm. He was like, he probably felt so lucky, really. And then that's when he finally, you know, continues walking along with that person who bought him, the owner of the farm, and that's how he meets Thorfinn. And Thorfinn was just like chopping on some wood, and he looks so different. He looks skinnier. He looks a lot older too, but that's mainly because of all of his all of the shit that he's been through mentally. I mean, stuff like that like ages you, man. Like, to process all of it, and even if you don't process it and it's just like still stuck inside of you, like, bro, that is definitely the key to like aging you kind of fast. All that sorrow and sadness and despair that he went through is just, I mean, he's lucky to be alive. He's not lucky because Thorfinn's a little badass himself, but like what I'm saying is he's gone through a lot, and you can tell just in his face, like he looks so much different. And it's interesting how these two are now connected, and I'm interested to see like how this like story evolves now. Like, it seems like Thorfinn's down a path now where he's trying to find himself again and more of a normal lifestyle instead of just being a Viking and killing all the time and battling all the time. And, you know, like, he's already lived that lifestyle and he didn't choose to live it. He had to live it. So now it seems like he's trying to, you know, figure out his own lifestyle and a better way of living other than just death and killing and bloodshed and pillaging and raping. And, like, you know, he's trying to, you know, find himself back into a peaceful way of life. And, you know, this farm is a perfect place to do that. And he definitely looks a lot more calm. Like, he doesn't have that mean ass grin on him like he used to all the time. But who knows how much he's gone through and like how much he's processed and like really given up on the idea of revenge and whatnot from the time that we saw him at the end of season 1 to now, which I'll be curious to see if we actually get any flashbacks in that gap of time, or maybe like he just starts talking about it with Aenar and like they start talking about their own lives, because obviously they lived completely two separate lives before they got to this farm. Aenar, he was already a farmer. He pretty much knows the deal, and he's not a part of Vikings. Vikings is what took his family, his mother, and his sister away from him. So I'm curious to see what Aenar's gonna think. He's probably gonna be really pissed, or if Thorfinn mentions it, he's probably gonna be like fucking completely like shocked and like just like, oh, I want nothing to do with you. Like, Vikings is what took my mother and my sister away from me. Like, get away from me. Like, nah, fuck that. But, you know, I'm assuming he'll like learn more about him as the show goes on, or like as their time together goes on the farm, because Thorfinn, like we said, he didn't choose to be a Viking. He had to. You know, you could say that he chose in the fact that he wanted revenge for his father. You could say that because he wanted revenge from the moment he fucking was stuck on that ship behind that was Thor's ship that Ashland took. Like, him and his crew took, and he was on the bottom of the ship, and then they didn't even know he was on it until he came up to the deck and started giving that death stare to Ashland and the rest of them. So you could say that he chose the path of revenge, but in terms of the lifestyle and having to figure everything out on his own and just kind of following at, like, dude, bro, that is the definition of like literally going at life from nothing. Like, he had to learn how to hunt, he had to learn how to fight, he had to learn how to kill, he had to do everything on his own. Like, you know, Ashland didn't really give him any fucking training wheels. He was like, you're either gonna learn how to survive or you're gonna fucking die. So in terms of the lifestyle of a Viking, I don't feel like he chose that, but he definitely did probably choose the path of revenge, because that's like that was his whole goal and his whole driving force of this anger that he was trying to direct at Ashland. And then it's gone, and so it's like, what do you do now? That's where I'm sure we're gonna find out in this arc or the second season, is like, what's the move? What's the plan of action? Like, what has Thorfinn learned about himself? Is he still going through that process of learning about himself and what he wants to do with his life? Is he at peace? Is he? I mean, because he looks like he's fucking damaged and shit, and he's just kind of doing whatever life throws at him right now, which is at this point being on a farm. But like, you know, does he want to go home? Like, he doesn't care about anything anymore? That's what it kind of looks like. He just looks empty. He just looks empty. He has no goal. He has no. That's what it looks like to me, at least, just from like seeing his face right there for the first time. Like, he just looks empty. I don't know how else to say it. That's just like the vibe it's giving me through the first watch through and seeing his face for the first time in this arc. So I'm very interested to see where this goes, how their relationship grows, Einar and Thorfinn, because I'm sure Einar is going to be a little taken aback at first learning that Thorfinn grew up as a Viking, but Einar, I'm sure, is going to be eventually learn even more about Thorfinn to where he's going to be grateful that he didn't have to live that life instead of being afraid of Thorfinn or saying that he's a piece of shit. Like, nah, he had no choice. He had to live that life. And, it's something that most people would probably not want to do at all. You know what I'm saying? Being thrown into a situation like that and just like, bro, that is it's just calamity, bro. That shit is crazy. Like how just disruptive and just terrible it is, bro. Like, Vikings are fucking ruthless, man. So it'll be interesting to see what Einar thinks about that once they learn more about each other and see where this goes with their relationship on the farm, and then also learn more about Thorfinn's situation in terms of the gap of time from season 1 to now. If we do learn, we might not learn any more about that, or also just like what is his deal? Like, does he have a goal? Does he want to go home? Like, he's here at a farm. He's not at home. He's not in Iceland, so I know he hasn't seen his mother and his sister. Leif is still looking for him, and Einar just so happened to see Leif before he came over to this farm. So who knows if they're ever going to cross paths again, because like it's like, damn, like the relative he was looking for is right here. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, dude. That was stunning though. That was a great reintroduction into the show, and I am so excited to keep watching this. I think there's only 12 or 13 episodes for this season, but regardless, I'm just glad it's back, man. This show is so good. That was a really good episode. Can't wait for more. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like down below, comment, and subscribe if you're new. There's plenty more on the way. Be on the lookout for Vinland Saga every Monday. I'm gonna try and get this uploaded tonight, because right now it is Monday at like 6:30 in the evening time. I'm gonna try and get this uploaded tonight, but I still gotta upload One Piece from yesterday just because I'm a little behind right now, just because I had some fun with some friends on Saturday, so that kind of delayed My Hero. So My Hero was uploaded Sunday, and then it kind of delays everything else. So I'm gonna try and get this uploaded tonight. It's probably gonna be late at night, going into Tuesday morning. So hopefully, it's out. I get that caught up, and then that way I'm all caught up, and I can upload Tokyo Revengers tomorrow, blah 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 blah. So if the schedule, if you don't know, this is what I'm planning. Saturday, same My Hero. Sunday, same One Piece. Monday, instead of Bleach, it's now Vinland. Tuesday, instead of Chainsaw Man, it's now Tokyo Revengers. And then Wednesday, still the same, Blue Lock. And then Thursday, Fridays, Fire Force to finish that up. And then once we're finished with that, I'm going to use those days as just chill days, don't do shit, maybe stream, or add something else. We'll see. But for now, that's what the schedule is. If you didn't already know, now you know. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you all on the next one. Deuces.